Kriya Yoga, I say it's high tech, actually, high tech knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
It came here before.
Thank you.
It came before emotions and concepts, topics, because I met Babaji Kriya Yoga through the book of Govindan, Master Govindan book. It was Babaji 18 Siddha tradition. It was more like anthology. And then I looked, wow, it's actually real one, real knowledge. Then we're inviting Durga Alund, her wife here, and she is initiating first group to the Babaji Kriya Yoga, and we're making one exercise. We call it Babaji Samyama Kriya. It's how you can connect to the Babaji. And I started to do it, and I just hear, or in my head, strange voice, what said to me, teach Kriya Yoga to the humans, to the people. I was, what the hell happened, you know? Of course, I didn't understand what it meant at that time, but time, yeah, it's become more clear, and today I'm very sure and clear this is only one path and way. This path is enlightened path, like you said before. That first stage, become aware, and other things, right? And then we're practicing a lot here. Then Master Govindan came himself here, and he initiating us to the second level, and then he making proposal to me to become acharya. Acharya means one who knows things without learning of things, and who can actually teach people in a proper way. And through time, I become acharya, who have permission to teach all three levels, right? And I was initiated, and that was a moment where Govindan gave to me a spiritual name Ishwarananda. Before I had different name. So, and then I of course start to teach people Babaji Kriya Yoga. We're practicing here, and I saw one problem which just popped up. People start to practice automatically, without consciousness. But in Kriya Yoga, we're practicing always with consciousness. With conscious, it means I need to know, I need to be aware what I'm doing. And if practice become automized process, it actually doesn't work, because you don't have any consequences. No one promises works, right? Then I'm making research. What actually happened? Then I found automized processes. It means through repeating all processes become automized naturally. Then I start to look what is content of automized processes. Those are simple. Movement of awareness was involved in it. Then emotions, and then thoughts. And they making complex. Then I start to make research how we can become free from it. Then I start to understand how those parts are connected to each other, and what we need to do to become free from those parts, to destroy automized process. And why I start from emotions? Because emotions is the most active part of complex. Because awareness itself, it's not active. I mean, it doesn't make any problems for us, right? Only maybe concentration problem. thoughts by itself, they cannot make so strong experiences because they are neutral by this nature. And my understanding was very simple. Most important part of our complexes is emotions, actually. So that was the reason why I start from emotions, creating those techniques and other things. I had something 7 or 8 different techniques, yeah, but some of them was a little bit too difficult for the people, and then making them easier. And today we have practical consciousness courses, and we're using them easiest way how to become free from emotions, how to release them. And then the second part was thoughts or ideas or knowledge. It was actually problematic too, because our thoughts have content, and that content does not matching to the reality. Yeah, we have it actually. If I summarize it, I can say we have a lot of lies in our thoughts, and if we're using those lies, we're making conflicts, not only without ourselves but with others too, right? It's informational problem, actually, right? Then I'm making research how we can get rid from them, to release all wrong knowledge, and how we can replace it with right knowledge. But right knowledge is knowledge what have facts or describing reality as it is. Yeah, and because if you're thinking by reality, you can use this reality, and you can create right consequences, right? With wrong thoughts, information, it's it's not possible, right? So, and that was second reason why I'm creating practical consciousness course, how we can release concepts, right? And of course, with thoughts, we have one difficulty is more. One difficulty, it's traveling between past and future. Past and future, past and future. Both belongs to the memory. Because if we remember something or imagine something, it's actually not real, or it's not connected to the reality, even it looks like that, because it's from memory, right? And our habit to travel between past and future, taking away our chance to be in the present. Because present is very important, because life happens exactly only here, in this moment. In this moment we have heartbeat, we can talk, we can breathe, and to do other things, right? So then this problem was resolved, and people who don't use anymore this travel, they staying here and now in the present. And of course then consciousness become exposed, right? Because only consciousness can be here and now. Consciousness cannot be in the past and in the future, but always here, right? So, and today actually I describe that virtual reality. You know that VR glasses they're using, making some program here. It's very interesting, right? Actually, we have VR glasses here, always, if we remember or imagining something. And what is interesting, actually people live with that virtual reality 85-95%. It's a huge amount of time, right? So it means actually they are not realists because they are not objective. And of course, if you're looking at regular life, you will see how many problems actually become created by this traveling, how many confusions can show up, right? Because they're mixing reality with reality. And I think it's important to say it out. This physical reality is real reality. Whatever people talking about it, it's illusion or not. No, this is not illusion. It's a real one. And we have some kind of evidence what shows we need to live here. It's our physical body. Yeah, because to live in virtual reality, you don't need physical body, but we have it. Yeah, by nature. It shows by itself we need to be here and connected to this reality. Right? And what is important, people have a lot of problems. I'm talking now about more wide population. Around the globe, people have a lot of problems, right? But if you're looking what kind of problems they have, they actually have problems with this memory, with rememberings, imaginations, and automized processes, which are just popping up automatically, and mixing virtual reality to the real reality. And then for them looks that real reality messed up. Actually not. Our inner reality is messed up. And if you're making changes here, that real reality become as it is, and you can find out, wow, it's a beautiful place, right? Yeah, that's shortly.
So, about the emotions, working with emotions, I don't think we go into the practicality here. People can read it from the book and then maybe take a course if they want to. One thing that for me was a question is that you focus on releasing the energy that is being here as emotions. How about the therapeutic work? Like, do the feelings, or let's say emotions, don't they need to be recognized, heard? Can you just step over that with releasing the emotion?
Exist a lot of therapies. With emotions, therapies with emotions, they are not so old actually, because before it was like cognitive therapy, right? Because scientists thought our problem is always with thinking. But actually, like I said, if you're looking deeper, you will see they are neutral. They never can make any problems for you, right? Only emotions can make problems. And how to manage emotions, people had created a lot of different ideas, right? To talk with them, for example, or to understand what it is, what is consequences, from what they received them, whatever kind of things. But basically, or by summary, they like to get rid of them. If we're talking about negative emotions, right? Exist the different ways how you can get rid of them. For example, you can suppress them. You can use them to make pressure more, less, right? Or whatever kind of things you can do. But they're coming back after some time, right? Or you can explode. But releasing is final. Because if you're releasing emotions, they don't come back anymore. Why? Look, I'm making very simple example. Young children, they don't have emotions. They don't have them. They don't have anger, they don't have proud, they don't have those emotions, right? Because they are free from them. And if you're looking at ontology of emotions, they actually become taken from others. And they become installed to our memory. And they are making one or part of our psychology. Yeah. How we can take them over? It's very simple. By practicing, for example, I see some, I don't know, maybe cartoon character, and like to be like cartoon character. For example, I don't know, Obi-Wan Kenobi, right? And they just start to play it and practicing it, repeating, and it's become mine. Or, for example, our subconsciousness can work in different way too. It can record immediately some kind of action. For example, if I see something very nice, then after some time I can recognize I'm actually acting it. It's already here. All those processes I call that's like intaking. We're taking in, we're installing all those emotions with expressions and other things to our system. They start to work and we start to express them. And finally, if you're looking yourself today, you will see everything what you are in normal way actually taken from others. It's not only emotions, knowledge, language, even whatever kind of things. Only body is something what just was created by two cells, right? But it's still from others. It's like in learning, we're learning in. And then we need to live with all those things. Releasing means unlearning. We're just releasing all those things which somehow are taken by us. It means we become free from them. And if you're looking releasing of emotions like therapy, it's good therapy because we don't know what we are taken from others. Actually, we don't remember it. But if we are looking at our emotional life, we will see everything here, right? By releasing it, we're unlearning. Like finally means those emotions doesn't come back anymore. You become free from them. It means you become more clean from garbage, because everyone can, or throwing something or thrown to you through your life, right? Yeah, this is that way. Yeah, and we can call it some reparation or whatever, restoring some state without garbage, right? Yeah, but society believes all that garbage is good because all look same, right? Emotions is how say accepted everywhere because everyone has them, right? And that's the reason why people say, "Oh, why I need to get rid of them because it's normal." It's like garbage, what are spread everywhere, right? From the beginning, at the beginning, yeah, at the childhood, yeah, we are used to do it, used to be them, those things. So that's the reason why releasing of emotions to become free from them, making us different. Yeah, totally different. We can change our personality or laziness. We can get rid of it because it's emotion too, or I don't know, some fear, for example, or proud, or whatever kind of sufferings are actually emotional, right? This is one thing. Second thing is our reflexes. Everything what we are doing here regulated by reflexes. But reflexes is our automized response to something. And all reflexes actually making borders for us. Means we can't go over reflexes. Some reflexes can say, this is good for me, this is dangerous. We never do those things what are dangerous or written down in our subconsciousness they are dangerous, even if they are very positive things. For example, people become afraid to talk to someone, or they go into the stage and they're shaking, right? Because they become afraid, right? It is this installed program actually, right? Or then there where you can be or need to be a kind person, you are not kind. You're like devil, right? Or look, for example, family life, how much problems people have there, right? Because it's not changing of thoughts and love and how say that, tolerant. They don't tolerate some things because they have always reflexes to each other, right? There's nothing conscious, nothing smart is there, very, very often, right? So, and of course, many problems coming from it. For example, war between Russia and Ukraine, 21st century, right?
Yeah.
Why it happens? Because emotions, yeah. Emotions, they are very raw energies, and they are automized and installed to us. And if we become free from them, we become normal again, right? It doesn't mean emotions are bad, because they are natural forces. But if we start to work and guide you, provide your life to do something, it's wrong guide is there, right? Because your guide need to be your conscious part. You need to understand what you are doing in your life, why you're doing, right? Life need to be smart, not reactional. But emotions actually making it reactional. And I have a very simple exercise, you know. I ask sometimes in the courses from the people, so remember please one emotion, or activate it through remembering, good or bad, positive, negative, no matter, right? Then feel it. Then ask from emotion, not from mind, how much is 1 + 1? They're waiting, nothing coming. What it means? It means emotions actually cannot decide. They're not able to decide. But if you're looking everyday life, you will see emotions deciding always. That last, the decisioner is emotion. And we call us Homo sapiens. Isn't strange?
And if you leave your emotions, my understanding is that it doesn't mean that you don't feel, but to feel and to have emotions is a bit different.
Yes, of course. Ability to feel, it's not emotional part. Yeah. We have 5 senses, and your senses is still here. It doesn't go away. Even if you become free from reactional part of emotion, it's like machine, right? You become free from it because it works by itself. You still not can only feel emotions, you can create them. But now, by your wish, your will, right? But this is different story. It's questions here is, who is the master here? emotions, thoughts, or me, right? Of course, it would be good if I'm master here, right? But who am I? This is main question. It needs to be discovered and answer given, right? Yeah. Sometimes people coming to the courses, how they can release emotions, and they talk, oh, after releasing, I become like fish, Wow, I don't like it. Then asking them, guys, look at me. I'm like fish. Does it look like fish, right?
And if you release the emotions and you release a lot of the concepts, these build up your identity, the ego identity. So just to release all of them leads to leaving your ego identity. Is that?
Yes, you're right. You are right, yeah. Because ego contains always only two parts, emotions and thoughts or concepts, yeah. And most significant here is thoughts. Because thoughts talking by your name. If you're thinking, you will see it's always that me is there. I is there, always, directly or indirectly. And if you don't know who are you, you start to believe thoughts are you. But if you start to look a little bit closer, you will see differences. You can hear your thoughts, but who is that who hearing your thoughts? This is not thoughts. It's something different. Then you can find your consciousness, because you can be consciousness about your thoughts, and then that your, insight knowledge or understanding become raised, or it's open up. You start to understand, oh, I'm not thoughts, I'm something different. It's first huge step, actually. But what is interesting, quite often people actually can recognize these thoughts, but they don't recognize in this moment who they are.
True.
This small part is missing here. But if they do it, they start to understand, oh, I'm not thoughts, I'm something different. And actually here, one problem is here more, it's we are taught who we are. For example, in the schools, they teach you are the physical body. This is you, right? That's it. Look at the mirror, this is you. But if you're looking at your personal experience, you will see it doesn't feel so I'm body. It doesn't feel so I'm emotion. Doesn't feel some thoughts. Yeah, your personal experience is different instead of official. We believe we are biological, but your experience shows different things, right?
And if you lose your emotions, you lose your concepts, or at least your identification to them. Where from do you function from there on?
From consciousness.
Can you give an example? What does it mean?
Yes, I know, because people using it already. Yeah. For example, what can be a good example? State of flow. For example, state of flow is our action where everything goes well, right? Without any obstacles, we know what to do, what not to do, what is next, and we're controlling always this process. This is actually with consciousness. We're conscious, right? Second is not so long process, because in state of flow you can be one day, for example, or maybe a couple of hours. Second example is our ability to notice. If you're noticing something, in this moment using your consciousness. It's short. Normally it's short, and it's become disturbed by your mind, which giving name or automized describing, mental describing to the thing or things what was noticed. It means we are recognizing this is real process of consciousness or conscious process. Then we going back, or our focus of our awareness immediately coming back to the thoughts and start to describe it, and we become involved to the automized process. Right? We have one exercise, very simple exercise. So simple exercise. I call it, how that can be in English, prolonging of awareness, or prolonging of noticing. For that, you need to do it specially, to notice something. Wow, if something is there, now just be aware, okay, my focus is there. Next, count time, how many seconds you need to give a mental name or explanation to the things what was noticed. How long is that gap between noticing and naming of it? You can count it. Yeah, it's half of second or till to the 4 seconds, not longer. And if you're recognizing this process, this is first step. You can take a second step. What is actually prolonging. It means if you're noticing something, don't go back to the explanation of it. Don't go back to your mind. Just keep your awareness outside. So long as you can. Right? This is prolonging of noticing. And I've been in San Francisco, and making this exercise. And one guy went to the town. He told me he walked all night, always keeping consciousness outside, awareness outside. And actually, he made breakthrough. He came back, he was totally awake. Yeah, simple exercise, but so strong influencing. Why it's important to find what is your awareness? Because awareness lives, or you can use it only here and now. Only here and now. It cannot be in the past and the future, right? And you can exactly match to the present. Then asking people, how long is present? What can be your answer?
Eternal.
Eternal, exactly. But if you're looking, okay, it's eternal, but how wide is that eternal? Eternality. How long it is? How wide it is? Is it same eternity in the another corner of our universe? It's same, right?
Has to be.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's same. You will see it's everywhere. It means you found something very constant. It always was here, right? And we call this is first quality of God. Because we cannot change it, we cannot influence it, we can just forget it, right? And everything what exists only now. We don't have any past, any future. We have production of our memory. And if you like to be realist, you need to be aware in the present moment, right? Otherwise you're not realist. So this is wake-up call, right? Now, if you become aware, you still meet things. If you don't name them, all those things looks to you strange. Why? Because you are not learned nothing from this life. Your mind is filled with automized answers and discussions and other, but not you. Now your learning starts. That's it. You start to learn what are those things again, but now by yourself. And this matter, because now your real life started. Before it wasn't your life. It was automated life, and you just was turned away from your life. Now it starts. Sometimes I'm asking people, I ask them, please relax your vocal cords. You can boost them before, if you're thinking loudly, then recognize tension here in vocal cords, and then relax vocal cords, then you become calm. You don't have any thoughts. Then doing it, then my asking, don't name, do you know what it is? They say, we know.
Yes.
Yeah, without thinking, they know it. What it means? It means thinking is not main thing to recognize for what we are using those things. What is the purpose of different things? We know it without thinking. Right? And I call it direct knowledge, direct knowing. Because you don't using your mind, because mind is very slow actually. For example, you can recognize immediately this glass in water, but if you start to name it, it's become longer, right? It means your quality to understand, to manage information become immediate, instead of long thoughts and other things, blah, 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 right? With wrong knowledge. It's very efficient, right? And if you learn how to live without thinking, best way what you can do, right? And if you need to explain something to other, you just start to use your speech, your thoughts, right? If you like to plan something to the future, then you're using your thoughts as tools. But otherwise, you are just in silent. What is more important with the consciousness or awareness? Actually, they are the same. Consciousness is our static ability. For example, if you're relaxing vocal cords, you can feel silence. This silence is your consciousness. But you will see it's static, in statical mode. But awareness is same consciousness, but one part of it is dynamical. It can touch different things outside, inside, right? You can find in consciousness, like you said before, in right way, it's eternal. It's always here and now. You can find you have time. You are timeless. Time doesn't exist for you anymore, because sense of time coming from our ability to remember and imagine, right? You become actually eternal already, and if you get it, you start to understand. Wow, this is I call it monistic part of us, right? Instead of thoughts changing always, dualistic. Emotions changes always, dualistic. Body changes always, dualistic. And if you building up your values in your life on the dualistic things, it doesn't work, Yeah, but everyone need to establish this life. They're pushing a lot to establish this life. But it doesn't work because nature have duality, right? not because we are so stupid or we cannot do it, right? So just find your unchangeable place. Then you have your base. Then look those changeable things and make changes, right? Makes sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
If you are in that eternal now, and you cannot use your mind, and you cannot use your emotions, how do you decide what to do? Or do you even decide? It's still the mind, if it's a decision?
No, you know, you can use your emotions, you can use your mind, but then when you need it, for example, to carry something, it's very good to activate some emotion, strong emotion, to carry it, to pull it up, right? For example.
Yeah.
Or to talk with someone, it's so important to use words. Or to imagine something. Imagination is mind too, right? It's important. But to make decisions through consciousness, if you know content of glass and purpose of glass and content or purpose of water, right? If you're looking around, you know things. But decisions is always connected to the action. What are we doing or what are you doing, right? Then you're looking, this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing, because action is always like mathematic, right?
Mathematic, yeah.
Mathematic, right?
Logical.
Logical mathematic, 1 + 1, 1 + 1, da 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 da. It's actually a sequence. It's like is a chain. Yeah. It means if you're adding some logical parts of chain, you have that result, what actually was created by you. Yeah. But those parts need to match each other. That's the logic means. And consciously, you can do it very fast. You can easily understand, without thinking, analyzing, what can match to each other, what not. For beginning, it maybe can be a little bit slow, but if you're practicing the right way, your professional side become much more better. It means you start to understand immediately. This is right, wrong, right, wrong. What need to be added here? What is the right part of it? You don't think you're looking around. You're looking. Oh, this is the right part. You're adding it here. And then you're just making it. Right? All those things start actually working in silence. Like I said before, it's a very efficient way without thinking. Yeah. And this is your decision, right? Yeah. And you know what is interesting? Maybe if people making something, they are always interested about results, what can give some kind of pleasure. It means they finally they need feel good emotions. This is this motivation. It means they are not independent, because emotions is so important, which don't know how much is 1 + 1, right? But in conscious work, if we're using conscious, we are not interested about motivations, emotional motivations, because we are much more higher, or we're using our higher abilities, because consciousness as ability is not emotions, right? Emotions belongs to the raw nature, to the life of animals. So, and we are not interested about different positive results, emotional results. We are interested about practical results. Without any kind of medals, or how say? Yeah. And we are not disturbed if something goes wrong. We're just looking what went wrong. We're learning from it.
Yeah.
Next time we're just making different sequence.
Yesterday we were having a discussion about that we have a false personality. When we find the true self, there still seems to appear a personal way to manifest or express that self. All the teachers or masters, or however you want to call them, appear differently, even though it is the same self coming through. So can you say something about what is a true person? Is there such a thing for you?
True person?
Yeah.
You mean...
Personality.
About this personality. You know, if you... I'm giving one example. Exist three major attitudes for us, or possibilities, how we can look life itself. First possibility is me and them, others. This person, this person, this person, and me. And I'm always connected to those persons, and it's always very personal, right? And have lot of persons, relationships. This is normal or common relation. Second is much better. This is, I am individual, but all them become one. One incredible living being. He is the trees, his houses, he's the water, he's the glass, even my thoughts is he, my emotions, everything is he. He have all money, he have all jobs, or nice ladies maybe nice wines, beers, sunsets maybe, warm water, cold water, sauna maybe. He is everywhere, he is galaxies. And now, actually it's true, because, for example, if you can recognize your existence, you can understand, I'm alone here. Because we cannot feel it. I'm there, right? I'm here, like center. And everything what's surrounding me, even under my skin, is he. Why it's good? Because we have question, why I'm here? And what he's doing with me? Why he actually, with good words, why he fuck up with me? It's not a good word, but I don't know English so well. Why I have sometimes troubles to him? Why sometimes he making some pleasure to me? And this is best understanding of our relationship, because he is the teacher of me, not in the opposite. Because I am small unit and he is eternal. He is immortal, but my body is mortal, right? Then I start to understand, okay, I am the student here. And he giving different tasks to me, different knowledge, and I am here who learning, who trying to become more similar to him. More I'm coming similar to him, more better things he giving to me, right? And finally, if I have very good relations to him, starts third relation. Third one.
Yeah, not dirt, but third.
Third.
Yeah.
Third.
Yeah.
Me and me. Means I become one with him and I start to understand I was actually one part of him. Yeah, those three things. What was your question actually?
Because Master A and Master B
I remember. Right,
appear very differently. They have different qualities, even though it is the same self.
Yeah, I remember. Thank you.
So there is, in a way, a true personality or a personal way it appears.
You know, for example, if everything is God, God has so many different expressions. And everything what we have actually belongs to him. By physics, not by our believings. And if he expressing himself through some, he expressing through this combination of something. And how it looks to the others, it's no matter to him. It's always question of perceiver. Actually, how that person become explained, or how this person can influence to the others, and how these automized processes, this psychology, can react to it. Right? Because, for example, if we have 100 people here, and we're talking to you, we have some discussion here. If we're asking some people about these expressions, we can receive many different answers, right? Not because we're talking differently, but because they have different reactions, different opinions, automized opinions to it, right? Sometimes depends what kind of energy become used by that person who talks. It can be used by conscious, but it can be come out how I say, naturally, right? Depends. We can change it. We cannot. How we like, right? And if one thing is more important here, you know, how actually people perceive it. Sometimes I'm giving on the courses some simple example. I'm using same word or same sentence, but with different emotions, and asking them what they received, information or expression, means your emotion. They always say expression or emotion. It means actually what we are receiving and what we don't receive. And if you're looking expressions of those persons, never receive emotional influences, because it's not important. Important is receive this knowledge. This is important, right? Sometimes if those persons become invited to some, I don't know, club or whatever things, right? And they see just, stupid people is there, they can express themselves differently. If they're going to the, or invited to the, I don't know, some school, for example, where is practitioners, some yogis, for example, they can be criticized there because they can destroy that yoga school because they're adding some real knowledge, but they don't match today's believings. And then they say about some bad things about those persons. Sometimes you can talk to the people and they really become taught. They start to understand, wow, right? It depends. For example, if you does not look like those guys, right? You like to get rid from them. You're just using different tone of voice, for example, whatever. Because if you have plan how you need to talk, it works. For example, be gentle, don't criticize, just make good emotions. It's possible too, right? But if you are totally spontaneous, you don't have any guidelines, you don't have any borders, any complexes, you're just expressing it naturally. This is how God talks, actually. It's no matter what actually happens after it, right? Different ways.
Yeah. I think we're running out of time, so one interesting question for myself is that ever since I was a small boy, I've been looking for the best wizard school, so I could find the best wizard teacher and to become a wizard. Of course, it's a wish of my younger me, but there is a truth behind it also. And every road seems to lead to the same people. They might be called with different names, but it's the same people. It could be Jesus, it could be Muhammad, it could be one of the names you know here better than I do. So for that part of myself and of me, I want to ask, how do I become a Siddha? How do I find my way there to be in the best of company?
Siddhas said, humans have only two purposes in this life, only two, not more. First is to find who am I. Second, learn where you are, what it is. It means learning process. Can you make wizard?
I make?
Wizard.
Wizard, yeah.
Wizard.
Yep.
Yeah. Can you make Siddha?
Yeah.
Because Siddhi means supernatural powers, right? But supernatural powers is not just a magic. It's actually physics. Yeah. It's knowing of physical laws of nature. If you know, you can use them. For others, it looks like magic. But for you, it's just physics. That's it. Nothing more, right? It means that supernatural powers looks impossible through, this kind of view, what we usually using or what are taught to us. This question of believing or not believing. Even physics are involved here, right? Science. But science doesn't know anything, not everywhere, not not anything, they don't know. They know a lot, but they don't know all, right? But Siddhas, scientists, actually they know much more, right? That's the reason why some supernatural powers for them is not powers, it's just knowledge. That's it. Yeah. Simple. Learn how things actually happens. Yeah. Use your awareness, consciousness, receive insights, because insights are knowledge not from our mind. It's from God, right? Use intuition, because intuition can show you how things goes to the future or to the past. Use inspiration, what is God showing things to you, right? Learn. Don't think, learn. Make your understanding, because understanding is a result of looking, right? And understanding can be with you, right? And don't stop with some kind of understandings. Just go further, go further, go further, go further. So forget some things what are not important anymore, right? You're forgetting things who you are. First, it was very important. I found myself, I found consciousness. Wow, it's good. I practiced how to stay with consciousness. But if you become stable here, don't practice it anymore. You received it. Go further, right?
Yeah.
And then going deeper, 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 deeper. Yeah, nature always have some incredible miracles for us if we're looking around. Yeah, if we don't stuck with our abilities or I don't know, responsibilities or something. Yeah.
Good. I think we have to finish.
Thank you for your questions.
Yeah.
And my explanations was maybe too long, but
No, I enjoyed.
thank you.
And I hope you come to Finland and that you maybe make some more efforts to come to Finland with your people.
Why not if I become invited and I have time in my schedule somewhere? Why not? It's possible. Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Thank you too.